Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another Laco for you. Now, I've got to say a massive thank you really to Laco because they've been so good to me. I contacted them once and spoke to Sarah there, and she has been an absolute star when it's come to sending me watches. So a big thumbs up to Laco for that. Thank you. Now this one, I wanted a watch which I thought would be more affordable. Basically open it up to different, more people could afford it. Now, so I was looking at watches under the €500 price brand, and this one came, I kind of thought looked quite cool. This, as I say, is the Casablanca 39. Now, it is also available in a silver body. Now, if you go for the silver body, it's only €370. That's about £320 roughly. And so I think it makes it a little bit more kind of accessible to more people. This one, on the other hand, is €420, but it has an optional upgrade, which I'll show you when we get to look at the back of the watch. Because what I like about Laco is they offer personalization to the watch. So you can not only buy this watch as standard, but you can then upgrade the sapphire crystal so it has AR on both sides. This one has their new upgraded movement. Now, I'll talk a little bit more about this in a second, but you can also have the watch engraved. Now, some companies offer that, and they normally say on the case back you can have a little bit of engraving, but Laco go a bit further than that. Yes, you can have engraving on here. You can also have engraving on the rotor. But most interestingly, I think, you can have engraving on the side of a watch. Now, I think that's rather cool. Say if you're, I don't know, a birthday present to, some family member or whatever, you can actually, have some inscription on there or wherever. So I like the fact that you have these options, and they're not too expensive either, which kind of makes it quite interesting. So anyway, talking sizes. As the name would suggest, 39mm, though it is also available in 42. It's only 11.5mm thick. The lug-to-lug length on this is 46.5, and the strap size on this 39mm model is 18. So it's quite a very kind of easy to wear watch. Let's zoom in on that dial though. Now, the dial itself, we have these kind of really nicely applied cathedral hands. Now, the one thing I like about cathedral hands is they've got this really fine point at the end. So when you want to set your watch, you can do it so precisely. Now, you may have noticed the hands and the numbers on the dial, the hour markers and minute track, are all black. And they've got quite a nice sheen to them, actually. The print on the dial has got a bit of texture to it. It's a little bit hard to see on this light, but it does do a kind of good job of reflecting back. So you might say there's no lume, but in fact it's got a fully lumed dial, and it is very it really does glow quite well, I find. So we have minimal text up here, just for the nice Laco. I do like the font they use, everything on the Laco inscription now. I think it does look the part. I like just the tiny little triangle at the top of the minute track as well. It just kind of sets it off that is, dead center 12 o'clock. And down here we just have the made in Germany. We do have the date wheel down at the 6 o'clock position, which keeps it all nice and symmetrical. The only thing I would say, because we do have a lume dial, this obviously is off-white, and that is a very white calendar ring on there. So it would have been nice maybe to have seen them colour that as well to match that, but, I am getting picky. Now, as we come past that, we have this nice sapphire crystal. It does have AR coating, but I say there is an option you can click it for both sides. But to be fair, that I think is actually quite a decent, the AR does seem okay on this. Now, the case itself, they use this case I think I've had it on another model of Laco. So this is one of their more, readily available cases at this price point, and it's just nicely done. You have this nice PVD going on there. You have the onion crown going on the side there. Now, this isn't a diver's watch, so don't expect to screw down crown, because it just pulls straight out, and you got your hacking, date set, and winding. The winding, it's okay. It's not too bad, not too rough or anything. and it sounds quite good. So there you go. Now, as we come round to the back, this is where one of the options has gone on. This movement, normally you get in this the Laco 21. Now, the Laco 21 is actually a Miyota 8215 actually. And nothing wrong with that watch at all. It comes with 42 hours of power and no problem at all. I did put this one on the time grapher, and I think it was coming out around about plus 3 seconds or something like that. So not too shabby. This one though, we've spent the extra €55 and we've gone for the upgraded movement. Now visually there's not much difference. It is actually quite a nicely decorated movement, but for your €55, which is less than £50, you get blued screws, which are always look nice on the back of a watch, and you get basically the big thing on this is a greater power reserve. So 42 hours as standard. This one comes in at 60 hours. That means it gives you the ability to actually put the watch, you know, if you're wearing the watch to work on a Friday, you can put it down on a Friday night. It will still be ticking Monday morning. So I would personally go for this movement, because I just think it looks better, I think, with the blued screws, and to simply have that greater power reserve for what is very little money, really, I think is the way to go forward on this one. Now, as you can see on the back of it, it does say we have 50 meters of water resistancy, and to be fair, 50 meters means it's okay to wash your hands in, clean a car, that kind of thing. Contrary to belief, it doesn't mean you can take this watch down 50 meters. You wouldn't want to do that. But again, you know, a sudden dip in the pool, whatever, this shouldn't be a problem. But, you know, you don't want to, you know, ideally, you don't want to go swimming with it or anything like that. What I like about this movement as well, if I do that, I love how free spinning that is. Remember, after all, this movement is basically a modified movement. A modified version of this is what you see in the Mads 1. And that's a rather expensive watch, but it's because it's got that really free spinning rotor, so it's one direction winding, so it's quite cool and well worth going for. The strap on this is a nice, it's got a little bit of padding on the leather strap here. It feels nice and pliable. On the back side of this one, we do have a Laco branding on there, so that's all nice. Again, a small criticism would be the buckle, because obviously it's silver. It would have been nice to actually see a black buckle on there. You do have one fixed keeper and one floating keeper. Let me put this on my wrist so you get an idea how it looks. A quick wrist check. Yes, you've guessed it. I'm wearing a Laco. A little bit of a hybrid though, because that's not a Laco strap. So anyway, looks great. And Mr. Bob, what are you wearing, sir? Ooh, the Minase. Now, I really need to get a review done of this one soon. So that will be coming out soon, but very nice watch, sir. Let's take this off. Oh, one thing I should mention as well. You do get this. I do like the Laco boxes, because they are just a little bit better, and I think, than the wooden ones. These are a little bit more usable, I think. So my wrist size is 7¼ inches. Just put this on and see how it looks. And there you go. So 39mm. I think at the moment everyone wants, everyone's, 39mm, I would say, is the in size to go for. I've got a 7¼ inch wrist, and I think it looks absolutely superb. If you're in the market for a black style watch, this one really is worth looking at. But also, as I say, you can get it a little bit cheaper if you want to go for a standard steel color. And I think either way, it's a cracking watch and well worth the money. Anyway, all the best, guys, and most importantly, stay safe out there. Bye.